Hello, Daniel.
Hey, how's it going, Alex?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Good to reconnect. I know we were playing tag for a bit, but here we
Yeah,
are.
yeah. We had a lot of things moving around, but glad we could connect.
Yeah, awesome. So cool. I just want to recap real quick to make sure that I didn't miss anything because you mentioned some important points. Obviously, you want to grow your brand. You want to have more clarity around like the different audiences that you're reaching and have better systems for that, so that it's not just the content, but obviously driving revenue through whether it's programs or speaking engagements or other revenue streams. So, is there anything else you'd like to add there, or anything else that I missed?
No, not at this moment. I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, how are you feeling about this? And is this something you still wanted to do in terms of working with Matt to grow your brand?
Yeah, so the thing that I've been sitting with is really the decision between not as much about whether I think you guys have the capacity to do the work and provide the guidance. It's more about where I'm at in terms of my current situation, my life, and where I'm ready to position. And I believe that I have the capacity to make pretty big moves forward without doing a big financial investment at the moment, because it's something that I haven't fully committed to in the past and haven't put all of my resources towards. So what I'm committing to right now for myself is through the remainder of Q and then heading into Q, I'm going to actually put in that time and allocate my time, effort, and energy and my resources to making that work. There you go. I think you disappeared. And yeah, I'll see where I'm at as I come out of the end of the year, or not end of the year, but end of the quarter and end of the summer. And if I feel like I'm hitting too many roadblocks and would really benefit from making that sort of an investment at this time, then that would be the direction I'll go.
Yeah, no worries. And sorry, there's something going on with my camera. Yeah, that's totally fine, Alex. Now, investment aside, would you prefer to try this on your own, or would you want to fast track with someone like Matt in your corner?
Would I prefer to try it on my own or would I prefer? Well, I would prefer to have guidance, right? Yeah, of course.
Okay. Why is that though? Why not just try on your own?
Because right now, where we're at, if I haven't fully invested my time, effort, and energy into doing it, then I'm throwing $21,000 at a commitment issue. And a commitment issue wouldn't be solvable by spending another $21,000.
Yeah,
So,
but that's my question, Alex. If we put the money out of the equation, or if
correct.
you had an extra few $1,000s here now, would you prefer to try on your own, or what's the reason you would prefer to have the systems and the guidance with Matt?
Because it makes the process easier and it helps it move along faster.
Yeah, of course. And you're a coach, so obviously you understand. I mean, I've never seen any gold medalist without a coach, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so, especially in your case, I know you mentioned that, well, you have many things going on with
Mhm.
business, with family, with your daughters, etc. So obviously, time is of the essence. So if you would like to fast track the process and you would like to work more efficiently, is it that you're not sure you like to work with Matt, or is it mostly just the financial aspect?
Not necessarily the financial. I think it's not knowing what I don't know. It's getting into this. I've gotten into programs where they say, hey, we're going to do this and we've got that and we'll help you with this. And then I get into it and it just ends up not being the way that we discussed. And
Of course,
right.
there are many bad programs out there, but there are also good ones.
Of course. Absolutely.
So, but ultimately, how will we know if we don't try? Because if you were 100% sure this would work for you and it would be the best thing for you, would you do it?
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure. And you can't be 100% sure until you actually do
Yeah.
it. Correct.
Of course. Well, that's the difficult part, right?
Yeah,
And
it is.
you know it better than me. With any new project, there's always that uncertainty, right?
Right.
And that discomfort. Now, obviously, how do we grow as humans when we're comfortable or when we're uncomfortable? But the question is, if you want to have the certainty that this will work for you, would that be found by waiting or by actually finding a way to do it so that you can see the results, you can see how we work, you can see our systems, and you can see them implemented for you and your brand, and you can start seeing those outcomes?
I don't think I understand the question. Are you asking is it more important to wait or is it more important to get started?
No, the question I'm asking is simply trying to understand what is the roadblock for you.
Mm,
Because you mentioned that obviously there are many programs out there and a lot of people promise you the world and the moon and the sky, and then you go in and it's not what they said, right?
Yeah,
And
the
so,
roadblock for me is getting into something that I am not sure about because there is a substantial time commitment that is required. And if I'm going to have to invest in the time, I need to know that I can actually do that. And without
sure.
knowing what that time requirement is right now, like I understand you guys have a process that's, says like, hey, we'll do 80% of this for you. We'll do
Yes,
all of these
correct.
things, right? But I'm still going to need to allocate time within my internal team, within my operations team, within my day to day, within my week to week. And without
Yes.
really fully understanding what that is, I need to be sure that I am able to allocate that time
Yeah.
now
Yeah,
to
correct.
commit to it. Correct. So the roadblock is in the unknowing of that time commitment and having to, again, make this decision about, with all of the things that are on my plate, what is the thing that I'm going to pull away from in order to make sure that there's time to do this?
Yeah,
And
and again, that's not uncommon, Alex. Like that's
yeah,
exactly the reason why most people come to us. And for founders, yeah, they have multiple businesses, many kids, big families, and they want to have better systems to have more time ultimately and to be more productive. So, of course, like any system, it requires time, especially at the beginning to install them. For instance, for us to create your whole brand positioning, your content plan for the next 30, 60, 90 days, and for you to execute it, it takes time. It takes 2 to 3 hours a week to do that, and at least 1 hour a week to sit down together with you to review it and make sure that it's working. It does take that time.
yeah. But if it's only 3 hours, if it is only 3 hours, then it seems manageable, right? If it is a 15-hour a week commitment, building content or doing that other sort of stuff, because I understand you make the first bits and pieces of it, correct?
Well,
Like you
we
make
give you,
50 assets that are 80% done and then 20% needs to be finished.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, the your part is really reviewing and publishing, right? Like if you want to create an entire content plan on IG or a whole welcome newsletter, we can create that for you.
Hmm.
And you need to review and publish.
Yeah, that's clear.
Yeah. So with everything you have going on now, is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to, yeah, put in at least 2 to 3 hours to start moving the needle forward with this?
Yeah, the existing projects and commitments that I have in this moment, it's a hierarchy of what is more important. This is very important to me, which is why we're on the call. So that's why I'm looking at it.
Mhm.
For me, what feels aligned in this moment is making the commitment first before making the investment first.
Yeah, yeah. So we come back to my original question, which is let's forget about the investment, Alex, because we cannot bring anyone on board if they're not sure they want to do this in the first place. Because we can help with the investment. We can be very flexible. We can start with smaller amounts. Like that's the easiest part. We can always figure that out. What we can't help with is the desire to actually start, right? So do you actually want to do this, Alex?
Yeah, of course. This is the direction that I am going in, regardless of whether I work with you or not.
Okay, okay. And so, what would make this a no-brainer for you, Alex? Like for you to look back in 6 months and call me or send me a message and say, "Hey, Daniel, remember that time we talked and you were challenging me and handling my objections?" I just want to say thanks, buddy,
Mhm.
because that's what I really needed. And look at everything we've created and look at the results we have and the people we've helped. So I just want to say thanks. What would need to happen for this to be a no-brainer for you?
For me, what I would need at this stage is to be able to have a conversation or a couple conversations with people who are either in the program or who have gone through the program to understand what their experience was like in the beginning so that I have tangible kind of experiences that might not be my own, but I can triangulate into what that might look like in my own life.
Yeah, yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, we have a lot of folks that we've worked with over the years since we've been doing this. Now, let's look at this together because what's the reason you wanting to do that though?
So that I can understand from their perspective
Mhm.
what it is like to work with your organization and really what the
Yeah.
time commitment is in order
Mhm.
to make it successful.
Yeah, correct. And so ultimately what you're looking for is again the certainty that this will work for you. Like you're not, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're a very busy guy, Alex. You probably don't want to waste time just talking to some random people.
Correct.
Yeah. you probably want to use your time to actually get the results for
Understand?
yourself.
Correct. And
Because
gotta have points. Gotta have reference points.
yeah, but the point of the reference points is to show us a direction so that we can walk that path. But the reference points are not going to get you walking, right? Because you could talk to a lot of people.
I don't need to talk to a lot of people. I just need to be able to have a conversation with one or two people to understand their experience and to be able to understand what it's like to work with your organization. If you are who you say you are, if the time commitment works out, if they, if what their experience was like, so that it helps me understand what it might be like through their experience to work with you.
Yeah, but again, assuming that you go through that and it ticks the boxes for you and it's like a 10 out of 10 for what you're looking for, what would you like to do then?
Well, assuming that it all goes well, then that would be a let's move forward.
And let's move forward when though?
Well, it would need to be before the end of the month.
Yeah, well, the thing is, again, even if you talk to people, you're still gonna have to make the investment and you're still gonna have to put in the time. And you're still not going to know if it's going to work for you. Because just because it worked for other people doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna work for you. Just because we have hundreds of reviews and we've worked with Russell Brunson and Tom Bilyeu and a bunch of very successful clients, that doesn't mean that this is going to work for you.
That's correct.
Even if we have an ROI guarantee and we can tell you confidently that you're gonna make money with this and that you're gonna be in a better position, you're gonna be better off, and that we're gonna make sure and we're gonna do everything in our power so that you feel taken care of, that this is a smooth journey, that it's personalized, not just for you, but also for your team, so that eventually you can also delegate better and have more time. But even after talking to other people and doing all those things, you still won't have the guarantee that this will work for you. Because how can we find that certainty until we actually do it? So the question is, would you be willing to get uncomfortable and take a first step, and instead of looking for certainty externally by talking to other people, be the certainty yourself and really embody that and say, look, even if these guys are full of shit, I don't care. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this the best investment for me. I'm going to get all the systems, everything that they offer, and I'm going to make this the best decision for me. Because imagine what would happen if we have that mentality.
That's what I'm talking about right now with this mentality to build it so that I'm successful whether I work with you or not, right?
Yeah, of course. And again, I don't have any doubt that you could, but the question is, how much longer would it take if you don't have the systems that, like, we do it ourselves every day. We create and post content across all platforms every single day. So we know this can work for you, Alex. But I would do you a disservice if I try to connect you with a bunch of people, which we used to do in the past, by the way. In the past, if someone asked for something similar, we would go the extra mile and try to connect people like you with our clients. And what ended up happening was most people would just ask a ton of questions and then not move forward.
Mm.
So it ended up being a huge waste of time for everybody, for our clients, for us, but more importantly for you, for the people that were wanting to start. Because again, the real roadblock is not actually wanting to talk to people, it's having the certainty. And how do we find certainty? By waiting or by actually doing?
By action.
Yeah, correct. And so when you think about your future, having an awesome brand, having a bigger reach, having a bigger impact, making more money, of course, if that guy was here and now, what would he do? Would he try to talk to people and watch more reviews, or would he say, "You've been waiting too long, buddy. Let's get going"?
Yeah, of course. This is interesting to me. Are you working with an AI agent to work your way through objection handling?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm not AI. I'm a real human being.
No, I know you're a real human being. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the hardest part, Alex. Is really making decisions, not from where we are now. Because from where we are now, it doesn't make logical sense.
Correct.
It doesn't make sense to invest money. It doesn't make sense to invest time. It just doesn't. But when we look at making that decision from where you want to be in the future, that guy, what would he do?
He would hire, get help, he would make the moves, he'd invest the time because the long-term payoff is significantly better than continuing to wait. And hiring someone who knows how to do it is a much better investment than figuring it out on your own.
Correct. So if that's the outcome you want, then what do you feel we need to do?
Slap a high five, big dog. All right, well then let's talk about the financial investment component and help me figure out how to break it down.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not going to be the last time we challenge you, right? We're not here to be your friends. We will become friends over time, but we're here to get you results, just like any good coach. a message there. And yeah, anyways, I mean, you have my email, you have my WhatsApp. If you have any questions, you can let me know, Alex. We're here for you, brother. We don't let any founders fail. So kudos to you for committing. I know that it's not easy, it's not comfortable, but you got the lion. So
Let's go.
excited for you, man. Let's get to work.
Thank you. Thank you, Archie.
We'll see you inside.
Yep. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye. God bless.